everyone. Surprise! I'm back. I hope you're all doing well. So, it's been 2 months. I've been taking a break, doing other stuff. And intentionally, I didn't think that it would be lasting for 2 months. And quite honestly, I didn't know if I was going to make another video or when. Okay, but anyway, things like this happen sometimes. I guess we need to, we need to retreat. And besides, if for those who don't know me, if you don't know by now, if it isn't so obvious by now, I'm not a social media person. So there's sometimes I just try to check in on this channel, but I don't really. I'm not really. I'm not really on social media much. So there. I guess some of us are like that. So I'm one of those. But anyway, enough of that. I would just like to make a quick check-in on you guys. So um, particularly what I want to talk about in here is regarding change. Okay, hopefully anything that I would, whatever it is that I come up with to say would help you in one way or another if you are creating changes in your lives. Okay, now when we talk about the an update on the astrology, I heard that from July 1st to the 15th, the certain alignment of the planets would influence, would bring about conflicts in our lives and issues also. So there's that factor. So if those things are happening to you, just try to calm down and try to deal with those as best as you can. Well, because that is an aspect that you couldn't control. Now it's so interesting. Now if you want to know more about all of this, I'm not an astrologer, so you could just go search on Google. Everything's available to us right now, so there's that. Okay, so just a reminder for us to, just to try to relax a little bit. And in between all these issues coming out, we all have issues, and there well anyway, we all have things that we have to deal with. So in between, just try to calm down and try to find your peaceful place. Well, I guess you have to, breathe in between, and you have to relax in between, relax your mind, so that, and pray and ask for guidance also from the Lord. Okay, so there. Now when it comes to 2021, we said the 2021, which whose digits total to the number 5 and vibrates with the number 5. Anyway, it's all about change. So 2021 would really push us to make the changes that we need to do in our lives. Now, when it comes to COVID being a factor, and you would like to create certain changes and you are blocked, then maybe this is not what we're talking about in here. But more importantly, when it comes to, for example, if you've been in a toxic environment for a very long time already, and there's been a problem that has been long standing and affecting not just you, affecting everyone around you, and you think that something has to change, because God doesn't want us to live in that forever in our lives. Okay, God wants you to be happy whether or not you believe it. Then well, we just have to, open our eyes to the things that we will be exposed to, especially when, for example, you are the one creating changes in your lives. Now, based on a previous video I mentioned, there were two people I mentioned before who were trying to change internally. Okay, one, well, they themselves were toxic to the people around them. Okay, one of them one of them was successful doing that. These are actual situations that I heard of. Okay, and I also saw, well, heard of mostly because, well, there, and now is living a more peaceful, more peacefully. Okay, so there. And the other one tried to change, but apparently, um I don't want to judge anyone, but apparently, how it appears, it wasn't real. Okay, there was no determination or conviction to really change. So the environment where that person is living in is still toxic until now. Okay, Now, when it comes to these changes, now when it comes to the changes that you want to introduce into your lives, or if you're, for example, fed up with how things are already, and and it's basically waking up to waking up to drama every day, and waking up to, well, hopefully you're not waking up to a sense of HALL every day or something like that, but it happens, like that. And you are trying to change the situation, then just know that sometimes it would be a lonely road. Okay, well, I've been there have been situations in my life where I had to really, I'm one who doesn't speak my mind usually, but I found that when, for example, something has to be said and I don't say it, I crumble inside. So something like that. So for those people who are going through the same kinds of situation, there's this saying that I live by also when it comes to that situation, which goes, sometimes the hard thing with doing the right thing is doing it alone. Prepare to walk that road alone. But if you know in your heart that it is something that you have to do, then you just hold on to God, ask for His guidance, and try to persevere in that road. And I'm happy to see that for situations where I have been in before, where it has been really, really difficult because I was so hesitant to make the changes that I wanted to change. It has been a very lonely road, and sometimes you get misunderstood, and then well, there would be conflict temporary, but in the end, if you know, for example, that you're not the type of person who would take advantage of another person, or you're not the type of person who would abuse another, or you're just trying to be fair this time to yourself, then it would be worth it in the end. Okay, again, the the hard thing or the trouble with doing the right thing sometimes is doing it alone. And I guess we have, the heroes in the across history who have done that, and they well they created changes in the world. But what I'm talking about in here is the changes that you can create in your own world, just so you can be free and you can be happy also, and you can live a life, the life that God wants for you. Okay, so there. Also, along with this, go is the saying for evil to thrive. Hopefully it's not that intense, not evil. Okay, so for bad things, or anyway, the saying goes, for evil to thrive, it is enough that good people do nothing. So there's that also. So I hope these lines could encourage you just to create the changes that you think have to happen in your lives already. Okay, so there. um so it would be a lonely road sometimes, but it will be worth it also. And you could breathe and do this and that. And then, like this, sometimes also it's so funny, I've seen a lot of people who were very prayerful, and nothing against them. Prayer is a very good tool when you're going through life. But some people, sad to say, just pray without doing anything. They just expect miracles to fall down from heaven. They expect God to do everything in their lives. Now, there is also a saying that goes, um you cannot expect God to guide your steps if you are not willing to move your feet. It makes so much sense, right? So there, I hope each and every one of us would just, have that discernment and that certain special connection with God also, just to know when you have to make the changes in your lives, like for situation number two that I said, the person who really didn't change, and it was a toxic environment for the people around him. um Actually, even the people around him could do something about the problem. Like, you living in that environment could say, I don't want this anymore. So you could change even if the person is not changing, and then um, you changing might encourage the other person to change. But then sometimes that is where we just pray, and then we just leave everything, all the action to the Lord. No, guidance will be coming from the Lord, but we are supposed to be the ones moving. So there, okay. So anyway, so much for that. I think that's all I can say about the topic. But anyway, congratulations if you have been trying to persevere with the changes that you would like to make in your lives. At the same time, too, here's a hint of hope when it comes to the year 2022. Now, 2022, in a nutshell, I'm going to make another video about this probably at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year next year. Okay, 2022, if you add the digits, would sum up to 6. And 6 is practically vibrates with harmony and abundance and balance. Okay, so a motivation for those who are trying to create changes in their lives, and change is really hard right now. Anyway, we're in July and just a few more months and we're in 2022. I mean, when it comes to numerology and all of these things, okay, there are other factors that influence your lives, but you create your reality. Okay, there. So, 2022, 6, it's all about harmony. So, all of the changes that you're trying to create, I think 2026 would influence all of our steps, or all of our plans and actions and everything we're trying to do, in a way that is when the dust settles already. Okay, so there. So hopefully, anyway, that's what we're aiming for. Um, growing up, the only thing that has that has grown to be important to me, among other things. Nothing's perfect, and there are things that I am still trying to hope for and pray for and plan for. But basically, growing up, the thing that has grown to be important to me is peace of mind and heart. So I would like to impart that with you also. Okay, so there. So this is where I am, guys. Well, I miss being here. I hope this has helped. So this is just me, Alvie, saying find your strength, find your peace, and stay with God, whatever you consider him to be, or spirit, if that's what you call him. Okay, God bless, and until next time, hopefully.